But we begin with another alleged victim in Sean Diddy Combs, expected to soon take the stand. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips.
And I'm Terry Moran. The third week of testimony is underway right now in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Jurors are awaiting testimony of a former employee who will be appearing under the pseudonym Mia. She's expected to testify about the times Combs used physical force, psychological manipulation, and threats of financial and reputational harm to get her to engage in sex acts with him.
This comes after the judge denied Combs' defense team's motion for a mistrial from earlier testimony today. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges and denies any wrongdoing. Legal contributor Bernardo Villalona joins us now from outside court.
Hey, Bernardo, so let's go back to Cassie Ventura, really the star witness in this case. When she testified nearly 2 weeks ago, how important is it for the prosecution's case now to hear from another alleged victim of Combs, Mia?
So the prosecution is using Mia to corroborate some of the same violence and sexual acts that took place against Cassie. So remember, there's always power in numbers, especially when you're talking about testimony as evidence. Because remember, when there's no video, when there's no DNA, when there's no fingerprints, when there's no admission, all you're left with is the words coming out of the person's mouth. But when you add another person, another victim or a witness that is saying something similar to what the other witness said, that is the power in numbers and the corroboration that the jurors tend to rely on.
So celebrity stylist Deonte Nash testified today about the time that he heard Combs call Ventura a number of derogatory names, even threaten her career, threatened to release the sex tapes. How damaging is this for Combs' defense, you think?
So Deonte Nash is currently on the stand now on cross-examination. I was in the courtroom for his whole direct examination and the beginning of cross. So Deonte Nash is a close friend, or was a close friend, of Cassie Ventura. Specifically, he was her stylist and had been working for Bad Boy for about 10 years. He has given damning testimony against Sean Combs, having to deal with not just violence against Cassie, but also violence that was inflicted against him, where Diddy has pushed him and even choked him. But more importantly, his testimony having to deal with the corroboration of Cassie saying to Mr. Nash that Cassie has said that she did not want to do these freak-offs, that she did not want to go to the hotel. That also that Sean Diddy Combs had threatened to release these sex tapes to Cassie's family as well as to the public. Very damaging testimony when we're dealing with, one, coercion and consent, but also about retaliation and violence.
That's a great point. The evidence is mounting up. We'll see what kind of defense Combs has, if any. He's not obliged to offer any defense. Bernardo Villalona, as always, thanks very much. And you make sure, catch our daily show on this trial if you're interested. This is a must-see. It's called Burden of Proof, the Case Against Diddy, airing nightly at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC News Live.